a few other items. Um, if you have any items that you would like to have addressed at a meeting in terms of plays, situations, rules interpretations, please reach out to uh, Tom Everly. He will get them lined up and addressed at a meeting. Uh, Also, Huddle, make sure you're reviewing Huddle. We are getting quite a few JV games, which is good. A lot of schools now have a Huddle cameras, so they can record both games. If you're doing JV games, I highly encourage you to review the videos. Obviously, uh, varsity officials should be reviewing their games as well. Coaches are asking if we are reviewing the film. So they are curious, and obviously it's a good training tool for everyone. Weather this week, Wednesday into Thursday, looks iffy at this point. Some freezing rain and potential snow. Just make sure you're communicating with your partners and the school districts. I know a lot of people don't pick up calls all the time if they don't recognize the number. On those days, just make sure you're picking up the phone and answering phone calls. If you can't work a rescheduled game, let them know. If you're available, though, make sure you pick up the makeup date of the games. Also, social media is another way to follow to see what's going on. A lot of the school districts and athletic departments post what's happening with the games. I know I was supposed to be at Manheim Township on Thursday and never even got a call from Manheim Township. They just postponed it in Arbiter, but no one reached out. But we knew the game was postponed based on Exeter and Manheim Township's Twitter feeds. So just use the various tools that you have, use your partners, use whoever to make sure you know whether the game's on or not. Make sure you give yourself extra time to get the games if they are playing. Accidents happen, road conditions aren't the greatest at all times for some of the schools. Other than that, I don't have anything else. Rick, do you need a few minutes?
Yes, Kyle, I need a couple minutes. Thanks for your for voicing your concern with and alerting the chapter about reacting on a timely fashion with bad weather coming up. That's critical. We did have a few misunderstandings this past week, but I think we got most of that cleared up for the future. If we have weather conditions that are undesirable. And as Kyle says, you should be getting contacted from the school. If you don't get contacted from school, let me know. And I can send out an email to the athletic directors, let them know the proper protocol for when games are being canceled or postponed. Because I know I will get, they don't call me. Some schools do call me, but most of the time they're just hitting the postponement button in Arbiter. And then I got to go in and accept postponed. And then once that's accepted, I'm assuming it goes out to you guys, to the officials. I'm not 100% sure on that though. I don't know if I have to accept it. I don't know if I have to accept it before it's published to the members, or if it's just published to everyone. It does look like we are going to have some bad weather, so let's stay on top of that. Arbiter pay. There's been some questions coming into me about arbiter pay. Arbiter, if you're an arbiter, school will pay you probably sometimes before you get out of the gym. Other times, 1 or 2 days, maybe 3 days later. If you're not in arbiter, excuse me. If you're not in arbiter, every school has their own policy. Some schools will pay in a 2-week time frame, a month time frame, or the end of the season. So it's 2 weeks, 4 weeks, or the end of the season. That's typically how they work it. And I'm not sure of all the schools there are some schools that don't pay arbiter pay. Even if you are on arbiter pay, you'll get a check. I'm not sure of all the schools. I haven't really been given a list as the schools that are paying arbiter pay or aren't paying arbiter pay. So just be aware that I know some of the newer officials are concerned they're not getting any checks. Some of the newer officials were working at schools that aren't on arbiter pay and they weren't getting paid, which is a valid concern. I hope that clears that up for everyone. Getting back to game day, if we have a game day cancellation via school or by an official gets sick or an accident or gets emergency, something like that happens, please let me know no later than lunchtime, preferably lunchtime, or preferably before lunchtime, but no later than lunchtime. And if you're an official that's open on a day that looks iffy, or any game day type situation, if you're open at a 4 o'clock slot, 6:30, a 6 o'clock slot, or a 7:30 slot, try to take a glance at your emails. Try to take a glance at your emails on like around 1 o'clock, just to check it out to see if you got a game. Because sometimes I'm making all kinds of changes, and I can't send it. I try to send a text to the official that it affects as well. Sometimes that doesn't happen, or if it does happen, I'll send the text to some an official, and they don't respond to me quick enough. And if they can't work the game, then I gotta find somebody else. That gets into a time. It gets into a time issue. So again, just to try to simplify the system, just try to take a glance at your emails by no later than 1 o'clock on game day scenarios. And really, this year there's probably games almost every day, so you might want to just take a glance at your emails on 1 o'clock throughout the basketball season. That would help me greatly, and it actually helps our partner, every official, because no one wants to work by themselves. Sometimes the lower level games, if that's where it happens typically, you might be forced into working by yourself, and you won't know that until you show up. If you do work by yourself, you should be getting a fee and a half. Whatever level you're working, you should get one fee and a half. If you don't, let me know. That's all I have. That's all I got, Kyle.
Kyle, you're muted still.
Sorry about that. One other item I got, dues are due the 31st. After that, there will be a $5 increase in the fee. You can now pay Mike Kuhn through Zelle. I think he sent it out via email. Otherwise, send it to the address that he provided in the email as well. Who's on the meeting tonight? Tom said he wasn't going to be around.
I got it.
You got it, Trev? All right,
Yep.
Perfect.
All right, guys, let's see if I can share this. If not, Jay can do it. Can you see that, Jay?
No, not yet. You might just have to, let's see.
We good?
Not yet. And no, it didn't show here. You want me to queue it up here?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
Hey, Jay, before you get going, Travis, before you get going, I have one other thing I'd like to comment on.
Go ahead, Rick.
Okay. I know last week or our last meeting, I had mentioned that if we have an issue with a spectator or a coach gets ejected, contact me and let me know. Well, we did have an issue. We had an issue the first weekend the season opened up, and the official involved handled it properly. The proper way of handling a situation, if it's someone in the stands is getting to us, it's unruly or whatever the case might be, don't try to handle it yourself. You get to the scores table, talk to someone at the scores table, or get the game manager to take care of it. Okay. And after I get notification of it, I will contact the athletic director, which I did, and things went really well. Administrators don't want problems at games. So if things get, I'm not saying be nitpicky. I mean, everybody has some competitiveness in them, but if something gets out of line on very unruly, again, don't handle it yourself. Go to the scores table, or if you're close to the game manager, just mention to them the person that's involved and have them removed from the game. And they should respond promptly. Any questions on that, guys? I did notice that the games I've had, the gyms are starting to get the crowds are starting to come back. We're starting to get some crowds at the games now, which is really kind of neat. And but we want to keep it in an orderly fashion. Okay, that's all I got. Thanks.
All right, Jay, you queued up.
Yes, I am.
Perfect. All right, guys. In keeping with tradition, the assistant interpreter usually does one meeting a year. This is my meeting, and typically it's the 5 correctable error meeting. So here we go. Go ahead, Jay. First couple of things we want to go over are live ball, dead ball, which are important for correctable error. So ball becomes live when on a jump ball, the toss ball leaves the official's hands, throw in when it's at the disposal of the thrower, or on a free throw when it's at disposal of the free thrower. Go ahead, Jay. Dead ball. Ball becomes dead or remains dead after a goal, or when its apparent free throw will not be successful on a free throw which is followed by another free throw, or a free throw that's followed by a throw-in. Ball is dead when a held ball occurs, or the ball becomes lodged between the backboard and ring, or comes to rest on the flange. When the player control or team control foul occurs, or when an official's whistle is blown unless a try or tapper is in flight, or a free throw is in flight. And the last one is when time expires for a quarter or extra period, unless a try or a tap is in flight. A foul other than a player control or team control foul occurs, unless, again, a try or tapper is in flight, a free throw is in flight, or it's in the act of shooting. When there's a free throw violation by the throwing team, or any other violation occurs. So that is when the ball is live or dead, which here in a couple minutes, we'll go over how that impacts correctable errors. So Rule 210, correctable errors, Article 1. Excuse me. Officials may correct an error if a rule is inadvertently set aside and results in, there are 5 correctable errors. Number 1 is failure to award a merited free throw. Number 2 is awarding an unmerited free throw. Number 3 is permitting the wrong player to attempt a free throw. 4 is attempting a free throw at the wrong basket. And the last one is erroneously counting or canceling a score. So those are the 5 errors that can be corrected. All right, Jay. So an example of Article 1, A1 is fouled and entitled to 2 free throws. However, the officials indicate a 1-on-1 bonus situation. First attempt is unsuccessful. B4 rebounds the ball, passes it up the court to B2. The error is discovered with B2 in possession of a live ball near midcourt. So the ruling on this situation is the error is discovered within the correctable error time frame, and it should be corrected. Team B securing the rebound and passing it to a teammate constitutes no change in team possession. Because of this, A1 will receive the merited free throw with players in the free throw lane spaces, and play resumes from there. Okay, next example. A1 is fouled. Score at the table informs the official that Team B has committed 10 team fouls and that double bonus is in effect. Official administers the free throw and states and indicates 2 shots. First free throw is unsuccessful, and the second is successful. B1 has the ball out of bounds for a throw in. The score informs an official that there were only 9 team fouls on Team B and that the penalty should have been a 1-and-1 and not a 2-shot foul. Ruling here, error is discovered within the correctable error time frame and shall be corrected. The second free throw is canceled. Play is resumed at the point of interruption. Since the first free throw was missed, play is resumed with an alternating possession at the throw spot nearest to where the ball was located when the stoppage occurred. So example from Article 2 is B1 fouled A1. Team A is in the bonus, but the official erroneously awards the ball to Team A for a throw-in. A1's throw-in is intercepted by B1, who scores a goal. A1's throw-in is controlled by A2, who dribbles into Team A's midcourt, then asks for and is granted a timeout. During the timeout, the scorer advises the officials that Team A was in the bonus when B1 fouled A1. In this example, it's too late to correct the error. The error should have been corrected anytime during the dead ball following the goal by B1, as it was the first dead ball after the clock started following the error. Okay, next. Article 3. If in Article 1E, the error is made while the clock is running and the ball is dead, it shall be recognized by an official before the second live ball. So next. Article 4. If the error is a free throw by the wrong player or at the wrong basket or the awarding of an unmerited free throw, the free throw and the activity during it, other than unsporting, flagrant, intentional, or technical foul, shall be canceled. And I believe we have an example here next. So A1's fouled by B1 during a field goal try, which is successful. A2 is erroneously awarded the free throw. While A2's successful attempt is in the air, example A, B1 fouls A3, or example B, B1 intentionally fouls A3 prior to the ball becoming live. The coach of Team B properly asked the referee to correct the error of awarding the free throw to the wrong player. So the ruling, there are 2 different rulings here. The free throw by A2 is canceled regardless, and A1, which was the player that was fouled, will attempt the free throw, which should have been awarded originally. In case A, the common foul by B1 is canceled. In situation B, because it's an intentional foul, sorry about the typo there, it cannot be canceled. So in this situation, the game continues with the administration of the 2 free throws to A3 resulting from the intentional foul by B1. Team A will then be awarded the ball for a throw-in at the spot nearest the intentional foul. If the corrected error is a free throw by the wrong player at the wrong basket or awarding of an unmerited free throw, the free throw and the activity during it, other than unsporting, flagrant, intentional, or technical fouls, are all canceled. Another example here. Officials erroneously permit A1 to shoot a technical foul free throws at Team B's basket. A1 makes both free throws. When the error is discovered, the time frame for the correctable error in situation A, we're going to go with has not passed. And then in situation B, we're going to go with the time frame has passed. So the ruling here in A, you cancel the successful free throws by A1 and administer the free throws at the correct basket. In B, since the correctable time frame is passed, the free throws by A1 shall not be canceled and they will count toward Team A's point total. Article 5. So points scored, consumed time, and additional activity which may occur prior to the recognition of an error shall be nullified. Errors because of free throw attempts by the wrong player at the wrong basket shall be corrected applying rules A1 and A2, which are the free throw administration rules. Article 6. If an error is corrected, play shall be resumed from the point of interruption to rectify the error, unless it involves awarding merited free throws and there has been no change of team possession since the error was made, in which case play shall resume as after any free throw attempt or attempts. I think we have two examples here from Article 6. So the first one, A1 is fouled by B1. It's a non-shooting personal foul. It is Team B's 7th team foul of the half, but the scorer fails to notify the officials and they award Team A the ball out of bounds. After the inbound pass, Team A misses a shot and Team B secured the rebound. Team B then misses a shot at their offensive end and A1 secured the rebound. A1 requests and is granted a timeout. During the timeout, the officials are informed that Team A should have been awarded a bonus free throw situation on its previous possession. Ruling here, error can still be corrected. A1 shoots a bonus free throw situation with no players in the free throw lane spaces. Team A is then awarded the ball out of bounds nearest the spot where the timeout was requested. Since the error involves a failure to award a merited free throw and there has been a change in team possession, play shall be resumed from the point at which it was interrupted after the error has been rectified. And the next example, Jay. Oh, I only had one example. So here's a chart of when you can correct correctable errors. So it's the first, after the first live ball, after the first dead ball, you can no longer correct an error. So here we have dead ball, errors made. If the clock was stopped, correct before the first dead ball becomes live after clock has started. If clock kept running, correct before the second live ball. So I think a lot of these situations, if you're on top of your game and keeping track of things and asking the score table, you know when you're getting close to a 1-on-1 and double bonus situation, if you just double check with the table, take that extra step, make sure you're not shooting 1-on-1 or two shots, you can probably save yourself a lot of headache with correcting errors. So that is all I have. Does anybody have any questions or plays or anything like that that they want to go over?
Trav, I think Brian posted in the chat. I think you might have misspoke. I think you said that is nullified about the activity. And I think you meant not nullified.
Right. That's my bad.
Yeah, I think the screenshot said it was correct, but I think you just misspoke there. So
My bad.
Yes, Brian, you're correct.
We all good?
I got a question. Can you go back to the slide about where the situation's handled differently if it's a common foul versus, an intentional or flagrant or something like that? Because the top paragraph said it was a successful try. And I was trying to see if at the end of it, it was taken away.
The try.
Yeah, so I'm sorry, the successful free throw.
The successful free throw is not taken away.
Can you find that slide?
I think that was. Here, this one,
Yeah.
the field goal try successful.
While A2's successful attempt is in the air, that's the free throw, right? No,
No,
or
that's
the try.
That's the try for a field goal.
Okay, then I'm good. Thank you.
Okay,
Yep, thanks.
you bet.
Make sure if you haven't put your name in the chat that you're here, please do so that Mike doesn't have to track you down for credit later.
Kyle
anything
and
else?
Travis, I don't want to get into a long conversation here, but I had a mercy rule game the other night. It went to 30 points. And I'm well aware of, once it even goes back to 28, of course, it stays mercy rule. I knew that. However, I was working with a gentleman from Schuylkill County, and he interpreted that on a foul, a shooting foul, that you would keep the clock running until you bounce the ball to the shooter.
Incorrect.
You would, okay. And I talked to Tom Everly. Go ahead, explain it.
It stops when you report that it's a shooting foul.
Okay. All right. And
I will add a note on that as someone who came from Schuylkill County. That is what the District 11 interpreter had told us in the past. So, that just to tell you, that's the information we were given in the past on that play from District 11.
that is correct, because I communicated with the gentleman and he said he spoke with his interpreter that night just to make sure. And that's what he was told. And then I talked to Tom yesterday, and Tom said he's just what Travis said. He stops it right when he records the foul. So that was a little tricky.
Yep. When you go to the table and report that it's a shooting foul, that's when the clock should stop.
Thank you.
You bet. Anything else? Crazy plays? Okay, last thing I have is I still do have jackets. If you need a warm-up jacket, get a hold of me. And busy season at UPS is coming to an end, so it'll be a little easier for us to meet or for me to get you a jacket. And if there are no other questions, my gift to you, short, sweet.